Well, welcome to the ProBrick exclusive YouTube channel. You're with Reverend Dr. Jason W. Morrison, theologist. Don't practice as a theologist anymore. The calling went off my life, but I can share information with you from what I learned over the years and years of being a minister, evangelist. Let's have a look at what's going on today, guys. If you haven't already, like, share, subscribe to the channel. Comment if you like the content. Let's go. Are we good to go?
If you're dating someone, especially who has high standards and is type A, or you are that person in the relationship, watch this video. I'm tired of hearing women tell their male partners what they like over and over again, and for them not to deliver or to do it once and then completely forget about it or think that because I did it once, that's all they needed to do. A key example that I hear a lot from my girlfriends is that they would love their man to buy them flowers, and they'll get into a big fight over it because it's not the flowers that count, it's about the principle and the reasoning behind it, and it's that.
I remember I bought a girlfriend of mine flowers, and a smart-ass son and her had a little bit of a joke about it. She didn't even notice. She didn't even know what she was doing. And I thought, well, I won't be buying you flowers again. And I told her about it. She bought herself some flowers once. And it come up and I said, I'll never buy you flowers again because you and your son heckled me the last time I done it. She wouldn't accept that, but that's what happened. You don't find reasons not to do things. You find reasons to do things. But a lot of these people are so engrossed with their children, they don't even know when they're undermining their relationship.
That you were thinking of them, you want something to brighten their day, etc. And they'll do it one time because of a big fight, and then will never do it again until like their birthday. Or girlfriends who consistently are the ones to schedule dates every single week or every 2 weeks, and for the guy to put in no effort other than showing up. That one I always...
Well, that happens a lot now because a lot of these Sheilas have done that. Guys schedule dates, they don't show up. Why bother? Why bother in the first place? No. That's why they leave it to the girls. If you make the arrangements, let's see if you live up to your word.
Here is, I'm not the type of person who knows, the top new restaurants. I don't keep up on news on what fun dates are, etc. And she's the one who really likes to do that type of stuff and is in the know. This may be a controversial opinion, but if you're choosing to be with that person and that's what makes that person happy, you're a grown adult and need to put in the work to
This is narcissistic in a way because she's lecturing people of which she's probably done this herself. She's probably been challenged on this herself. And she's sitting on a high horse telling people that they need to do the work, and you probably couldn't count on both hands how many people she's ghosted, let down, mucked around, hasn't texted back, all that crap that they do.
Make sure that you satisfy those demands. Especially a shout out for you corporate bros who project manage their workday. Do that for your relationship. If you can't remember...
Guys, honestly, I've done this. You're dealing with a big mess these days, guys. I think she's just projecting herself. I think she's trying to undermine men in general. For me, if I make an arrangement, I'll turn up and I expect the other person to do so, but it's not usually the case. That's why if I find someone that I like and they like me, I'll stay in it for as long as I can until something stupid happens, and usually it will.
Remember to buy flowers. Sign up for a flower subscription that sends flowers to her door automatically.
Look at the narcissistic, self-privileged, putting herself on a pedestal horror of this woman. Find an account and get the flowers sent there automatically. You have got to be kidding me.
Bi-weekly, once a month, etc., whatever frequency you want. And if you can't remember to schedule dates, put them in your calendar. Block a 1 hour period of time to sit there and research the dates.
Oh, guys, this Sheila's giving me a headache. I'm going to cut her off there. She is so full of herself. It's repulsive. back to our scripture. Oh my goodness, how repulsive. Ugh. A wise child accepts a parent's discipline, but a mocking child refuses to listen to correction.
I've never heard a man complain about having to lead in the relationship as long as he feels loved and respected.
Yes.
If he feels appreciated.
If he doesn't feel loved, appreciated, or respected, then it's exhausting.
Yes,
It's
exactly.
absolutely exhausting, and that's why I got out of my last relationship. I couldn't even go and visit her at her place. She'd come here. I told her it was getting monotonous. Nah, she wouldn't listen. She had no respect. She had no respect for expanding the relationship. She can say she did. She can bung on all the excuses that she likes, but she didn't. And now, hopefully, she's found somebody better.
Exactly. That's the
If
only
she's
time.
complaining that you're not doing enough and you feel like, man, I'm carrying this whole relationship, I'm doing all the work, I'm paying for everything, I'm doing all the chore, and you still don't respect me,
Exactly.
then it's exhausting.
Exactly. On the flip side, though, there are tons of women who, at a certain point, they don't want to have to be the leader of the relationship. I've never.
That's 100% true. Don't let the woman lead the relationship. It's not their job. Here's one that says, if he suggests popping around to see his mother again tonight, I'm off. And don't be one of these mummy boys either, because they will disappear. You've got to lead the relationship wisely, guys, and that's all there is to it. I'll play that again.
I've never heard a man complain about having to lead in the relationship as long as he feels loved and respected.
Loved and respected. You know, I've had so many relationships where that's just gone out the window. And you just sit there and you go, oh, well, if she turns up, she turns up. If she don't, she don't. That's how they can get you. And it shouldn't be that way. But if you're loved and respected, man, that's different. You know, that's really different. Anyway, they seem to know what they're doing. That's why most of them now are on their own, or just getting rammed through here and there and trying to deal with life at that. I've had heaps of girlfriends that have had, you know, every opportunity to develop a fantastic relationship with me. I've even got them to the point where it's absolutely pumping and raging, only for them to go into disrespect and latency and just crazy behavior, and to the point where you're just exhausted and you can't do it anymore.
Yes.
If he feels appreciated.
If he doesn't feel loved, appreciated, or respected, then it's exhausting.
Yes, exactly. That's the
If
only
she's
time.
complaining that you're not doing enough and you feel like, man, I'm
Now, I
carrying
don't
this.
think I've ever had a girl complain that I'm not doing enough, but I have watched them as a result of doing too much. The last girl, you didn't have to do anything. It was actually a monotony.
Whole relationship, I'm doing all the work, I'm paying for everything, I'm doing all the chore, and you still don't respect me,
Exactly.
then it's exhausting.
Exactly. On the flip side, though, there are tons of women who, at a certain point, they don't want to have to be the leader of the relationship. I've never.
Yeah, that's so true.
I've seen a lot of videos from women complaining about men walking in restrooms, locker rooms, dressing rooms. I'm not okay with this. So while vacationing in New Orleans, my young daughters and I needed to use the restroom. In our most vulnerable state, with our pants down, a man, a huge man, walks in women's clothing.
Well, they've brought this on themselves, haven't they? Because they encouraged the men to become women. Now they've got men dressed in women's clothes in women's restrooms. I used to speak about this with my ex-girlfriend. And she said, yeah, it is concerning. Guys, our scripture is, wise words win you a good meal, but treacherous people have an appetite for violence. Wise words will win you a good meal, but treacherous people have an appetite for violence.
Immediately, I felt uneasy, unsure, unsafe. Would you be okay if we walked in the male's restroom? Probably, because we're a lot smaller than you, and odds are...
Oh, no. At the swimming pool where I do laps, you get these fathers bringing in their little girls, and I just absolutely do not agree with that whatsoever, and I don't understand the mentality behind it. But they do it. And they shouldn't. I don't think it's healthy for any little girl to be brought into the restroom where there's grown men, naked. If he suggests popping around to see his mother again tonight, I'm off. Don't be a mummy's boy.
It can't hurt you. But this guy could have hurt all three of us, given our size. So let me ask you this question. If it was your mom, daughter...
Yeah, I don't agree with it at all. I never agreed with men becoming women in the first place. Who would agree with that nonsense and rubbish? Now it's turned around to bite them all. Wise words win you a good meal. But treacherous people have an appetite for trouble or violence. Violence is bad, isn't it?
Wife, girlfriend, and they're alone? How would you feel about that? You wouldn't like it. Here's my other question.
This is the point, though. Who's caused it? Who's allowed it? Who are the woke leftists that have allowed women, men to be disguised as women, I should say? Who allowed that? Wise words win a good meal, but treacherous people have an appetite for this kind of behaviour, this silly behaviour. It's terrible.
Question. See this filter? Guys are real quick to jump on girls who use filters. That's not you. Well, guess what? These guys are using clothing filters and trying to encroach on our areas. You all right with that? I'm not. So while you speak up about filters, why don't you speak up about what they're doing? Thanks.
Well, this is the trouble they've got themselves into, isn't it? I don't know if there's this. They won't be able to stop it now. It's a part of society now, guys, and there's no reversing it. A lady did get raped by a man dressed up as a woman in the States somewhere. I forget. I had the story. It's on the channel. Men are going into these change rooms now and they're starting to rape the women. It's pretty sad, isn't it? It's just the outcome of this kind of idiotic behaviour. What? Wise words will win you a good meal, but treacherous people have an appetite for violence. You're on the ProBrick exclusive YouTube channel. Like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment on the channel, guys. You're with Reverend Dr. Jason W. Morrison, and we'll catch you on the next one.